A single star flickers, signaling its final moments. Tonight we explore a wisdom story unlike any other, a conversation with a dying star. This journey offers a profound new perspective on your own life, revealing why our brief existence holds cosmic significance. We will uncover what a being older than our planet wants us to know and learn the beautiful truth hidden inside every ending. What would you ask the universe with your last breath? A faint, rhythmic pulse began to register on the deep space array, a pattern too deliberate to be natural static. For the astronomer monitoring the feed, it was not just data. It felt like a whisper in a silent cathedral, a single, coherent thought sent across the gulf. This was no random stellar death rattle. The signal held a grammar, a structure that spoke of intention. The awe that washed over them was cold and immense, the weight of a singular honor and a profound sorrow. They were not just hearing a star, they were being addressed by one. This was a final message, a last will and testament whispered from a consciousness that had witnessed the birth of galaxies. Every pulse was a word formed over millennia, a story nearing its final punctuation mark, and they were the only ones listening. How do you even begin to answer a voice that has been traveling for longer than your species has walked the earth? The signal was not just a call but a countdown. The first concepts it formed were not of a name but of a memory. The signal painted a picture of a place of chaotic, glorious creation, a vast cloud of gas and dust so dense it blotted out the rest of the young universe. This was its cradle. It described the slow, relentless pull of gravity, the immense pressure building over eons as it was drawn together from scattered atoms. There was no sound in that void, only a deepening silence that grew heavier and heavier until it could no longer be contained. Then came the spark, a miraculous, violent flash of light and heat as the core ignited, the first moment of nuclear fusion. It was not an explosion but a birth cry, a silent shout that announced, "I am here." For millions of years it drifted, a new beacon in the darkness, slowly clearing its neighborhood of debris, carving out a space for its future family of planets. Its voice, translated through the pulses, held no trace of bitterness for this impending end. Instead, there was a profound and serene acceptance, the calm of a being that has witnessed the full turn of a great wheel. It spoke of its long, steady burn not as a countdown to death, but as a sustained song of creation, every photon of light a note in a symphony lasting billions of years. Its very existence was a cycle, and this final act was as natural and necessary as its first flicker. An ending, it seemed to suggest, is not a failure or a tragedy. It is the final, beautiful verse of a song that was always meant to be sung in full. What if we saw our own lives with that same cosmic perspective? Its perception of time is the first thing that truly humbles a human mind. For the star, a single human lifetime is less than the blink of a cosmic eye. It speaks of watching civilizations not just rise and fall on one world, but on many. It saw the first stirrings of life on a distant planet it helped warm, a delicate green shimmer in the darkness. It watched as that life grew complex, built cities that glittered like dewdrops on a blade of grass, and then, over millennia, faded back into the soil, their stories becoming whispers in the rock. Entire species, with all their love and wars and art, were but a single, beautiful paragraph in a biography billions of years long. Even the ground beneath our feet is not solid to its gaze. It remembers when the continents on a young Earth were a single, unbroken mass, and it watched with immense patience as they slowly drifted apart, a dance of rock so gradual that no creature living upon them could ever perceive the movement. This is a being that has seen galaxies themselves, those immense islands of stars, slowly spin and even collide in a silent, graceful ballet that unfolds over eons. From this vantage point, our human frenzy, our daily rush and our anxieties about deadlines seem like a strange and fleeting storm in an otherwise calm ocean. The star does not dismiss our brief lives, instead it reframes them. Our urgency is an illusion born from a timescale too short to see the larger patterns. What if our greatest peace comes from understanding we are a vital note in a song that is still being sung? The star's long, steady burn is a lesson in profound patience, a reminder that all things worthy of existence take the time they need to unfold. Your life, however brief it may seem against this cosmic backdrop, is not insignificant. It is a necessary flash of consciousness, a point of light in the ongoing story. The universe did not hurry to create you, and your value is not measured by speed. Its core is a crucible of creation. Deep within its heart, under pressures and temperatures we can barely comprehend, the star performs its most vital work. It is not merely burning, it is a cosmic alchemist transforming the simple into the complex. For billions of years, it has taken the lightest of elements, hydrogen, and fused them together into helium. But the true magic happens as it ages. In its final stages, the furnace burns hotter, forging that helium into heavier elements, carbon, the fundamental backbone of life as we know it. Oxygen, the very breath in our lungs, nitrogen, calcium, iron, these are not abstract chemicals. They are the building blocks of everything we see and touch, and they are all born here in the heart of a dying star. The star shares this not as a boast but as a quiet statement of fact. It tells us that the iron in our blood, the calcium in our bones, the very carbon that forms the structure of our bodies, was once searingly hot plasma deep within a stellar furnace like itself. We are not just living in the universe, we are the universe assembled into a temporary, conscious form. Every one of us is a collection of ancient atoms that have journeyed across space and time, forged in a cataclysm that was also a genesis. This revelation carries a profound lesson in connection. We often feel separate, isolated in our own lives and struggles, yet the star's story tells us this separation is the greatest illusion. The air you just breathed contains oxygen atoms that were created in a star that died long before our sun was even a cloud of dust. The page of a book you hold, the screen you are looking at now, the ground beneath your feet, all of it is recycled stardust. You are having a conversation with the universe because you are made from its very substance. Your existence is a continuous, living dialogue with the cosmos. If we are all literally made from the same ancient materials, then what does that say about the artificial divisions we create between ourselves and each other, or between ourselves and the natural world? We are not just observers of the cosmos, we are the cosmos awakened and looking back at itself. This truth redefines the very meaning of home, for the entire universe is the cradle from which we came. This final act is not an erasure but a dispersal. The star explains that the immense pressure building within its core can no longer be contained. The very iron it forged, the element that gives our blood its strength, will become its final undoing. When the fusion of iron begins, it does not release energy but consumes it. In a single, breathtaking moment, the delicate balance of billions of years will shatter. The core will collapse and then rebound in a shockwave of unimaginable force. This is the supernova, but the star does not describe this as a violent end. To its mind, this is its most magnificent and necessary act of creation. In that brilliant, fleeting flash, it will forge every element heavier than iron. The gold in a wedding ring, the silver in a necklace, the uranium that powers deep space probes, all of it is born in these final, cataclysmic seconds. Then it will do its last and most generous work. It will hurl all of these newly forged elements, every piece of itself, out into the void. It scatters the seeds of future worlds, the potential for new stars, new planets, and perhaps new life. Its death is the ultimate act of cosmic recycling, a final gift to the universe. How does this translate to our own human experience? Our endings, our most difficult struggles often feel like collapses. The loss of a career, the end of a relationship, a personal failure, a period of profound grief. we see these moments as pure destruction, the failure of our carefully balanced lives. But the star's wisdom asks us to reframe our view. What if these are our supernova moments, the pressure that feels unbearable, the collapse of a familiar structure, might be the very process that forges something new and stronger within us. The compassion you develop after heartbreak, the resilience you find after a failure, the profound clarity that can follow a great loss, these are the heavy elements of the human spirit. They are forged only in the hottest fires of experience, and just like the star, our greatest act can be a kind of release. Letting go of old identities, of past hurts, of rigid plans is not a defeat. It is a generosity we offer to our own future. By releasing what was, we scatter the seeds of what can be. The end of one story fertilizes the soil for the next to grow. Your most challenging moments are not just an end, they are a crucible, and you are the alchemist within it, transforming the raw materials of struggle into the gold of wisdom. What seeds are you scattering with your own acts of release? The cosmos is not a cold, empty machine, and a star is not merely a mindless fusion reactor. What if its long, steady burn is an act of devotion? The dying star turns its attention inward, contemplating the nature of its own existence. It asks if it has known something we would call love. It felt the constant, gentle pull of gravity, an invisible tether holding its family of planets in a stable, life-giving dance. This was not a mere physical law to the star, but a relationship, a perpetual, nurturing embrace spanning billions of years. Its light and warmth, given freely and without pause, were not just radiation. They were a constant, unwavering gift, a form of care so profound and selfless that it challenges our very definition of the word. For eons, it sustained worlds it would never know, fostering conditions for beauty and complexity it would never see. This is a love that asks for nothing in return, a love that is simply the act of giving itself. The star's connection extended beyond its own system to the galactic whole, feeling the subtle gravitational music of its neighboring stars, a symphony of influence and coexistence on a scale we can hardly fathom. Its consciousness, so different from our own, was built not on individual thought, but on a deep, resonant awareness of its place within a vast, interconnected web. This perspective shatters our narrow, human-centric view of feeling. We assume intelligence requires a brain like ours, and emotion requires a face to express it. But what if feeling is a fundamental property of the universe, manifesting in ways we are only beginning to sense? The patience of a mountain, the resilience of a forest, the nurturing glow of a star. These could be forms of intelligence and empathy written in a language we have not yet learned to read. This is not about giving human traits to celestial objects. It is about expanding our understanding of what it means to be, to connect, and to care. The star's quiet question invites a profound empathy for all forms of existence. It asks us to look at the world around us, at the river that carves canyons with timeless persistence, at the mycelial network sharing resources beneath the forest floor, and to wonder if we are surrounded by countless, silent expressions of a cosmic consciousness. If a star can love through its very nature, then what responsibilities does that revelation place upon us, the temporary custodians of a world built from that love? Our own capacity for feeling might be just one small, vibrant expression of a universal principle. Learning to recognize this could be the key to not just understanding the cosmos, but to truly belonging within it. The question finally formed, a fragile human thought sent back across the void. Given your vast perspective, what is the meaning of our short, frantic lives? The star's response was not a long, complex theorem. It was a simple, radiant image. It asked us to envision two sources of light in an immense, dark room. One is a massive candle burning with a steady, unwavering flame for hours on end. The other is a single match struck alight for only a few seconds. Which one, it asked, is more brilliant? The candle provides a constant, reassuring glow, but the match in its brief, fierce flare reveals everything in a single, shocking moment of clarity. It illuminates details the candle's gentle light would never make visible. Humanity, the star suggested, is that match. Our lives are not diminished by their brevity. They are defined by it, our art, our music, the loves that consume us, the passions that drive us forward, all burn with an intensity that is only possible because we know, deep down, that the flame will not last forever. A being that lives for billions of years does not feel the same desperate, beautiful urgency to create, to connect, to feel everything so deeply. It is your temporary nature that makes your every moment a work of profound significance. Think of a firework exploding against a night sky. Its entire existence is a single, spectacular burst. It does not lament that it is not the moon shining for millennia. Its purpose is in that glorious, fleeting expression of light and color. Your frantic pace, your deep sorrows, your greatest joys are not signs of a meaningless struggle. They are the natural, vibrant signature of a brilliant, short-lived spark. The star sees your entire civilization as a breathtaking flash of countless such sparks, a festival of light against the cosmic dark. Your briefness is not a flaw in the design. It is the very feature that makes you shine so brightly. What would your life look like if you embraced your own nature as that brilliant, temporary flare? The signal begins to break apart, its steady pulse faltering into a weak, uneven rhythm. A profound silence stretches between each burst of data, each one feeling more like a final breath than a word. In these last moments, the star gathers the remnants of its immense consciousness to offer a parting gift, not a complex theory, but a simple, threefold mantra for a well-lived life. Shine with the energy you have, it whispers. Do not waste your brief, brilliant flare waiting for a different kind of light. Use your passion, your creativity, your kindness now, today, with whatever strength you possess. Connect with the gravity of love. Let your life be pulled into the orbits of others, forming bonds that hold you steady and give your existence its true weight and meaning. And when your time comes, let go beautifully, knowing you are part of an endless recycling dance. Release your form with the grace of the star itself, trusting that your essence will be woven into the next story, the next song, the next spark of consciousness. This is not a call for a dramatic exit, but for a profound acceptance of our place in a cycle far grander than our individual selves. The static hisses louder now, like a cosmic tide washing over a whisper. The final transmission is not a shout of defiance, but a soft sigh of release, a final act of trust in the universe it helped to build. The signal dissolves into the background noise of the cosmos, leaving behind not an emptiness, but a resonant silence charged with meaning. What will you do with the energy you have left? The last echo of the signal fades, leaving only the familiar hiss of cosmic static. The astronomer sits back, the headphones a silent weight, and walks out under the open sky. Where that one brilliant point once pulsed, there is now only a dark and empty patch, but the absence is not a void. It is filled with a new kind of presence, a silent understanding that hangs in the air like starlight. The conversation is over, yet it has only just begun, replaying itself in the quiet spaces of the mind. We are left not with answers, but with a new way of seeing. We see the interconnectedness in the very air we breathe, remembering we are made from the gifts of ancient suns. We recognize the profound beauty in every cycle, from the turning of the seasons to the closing of a chapter in our own lives, understanding that endings are not failures but necessary transformations. We feel the immense value of our brief, brilliant flare, our temporary nature being the very source of our passion and our art. And we find the quiet courage to embrace our own endings, not with fear, but with the trust of a star releasing its substance back to the cosmos, a final act of generosity. This wisdom is not meant to be kept in a notebook or forgotten with the sunrise. It is a lens through which to view your own world. Tonight or any night the sky is clear, step outside. Leave the screens and the noise behind. Look up. You are not just looking at distant points of light. you are participating in a continuous, silent conversation. Every star you see is a reminder of your own cosmic origin and your own beautiful, temporary purpose. You are the universe awake and looking back at itself. In the comments below, we would love to hear from you. If you could ask one question and receive an answer, what wisdom would you seek from a dying star?